$65 for a family membership. That's 2 adults and up to 4 children.
$65 for a family of two adults
and 4 children.
4 children. Okay.
Under the age of 18. Now, there's also a $150 contributors membership. You also become a member of the National Association of Museums. So you can take your membership and go to different museums all over the country if you pay $150.
Oh, wow.
That's for 2 adults, and that would be 4 children under the age of 18.
Okay.
There's a $500 supporter membership. Also, you get that same benefit. And also a $1,000 partner membership. There's a $5,000 lifetime membership, and you can just contribute whatever you want. But fill this out. Everybody should have a membership in the museum. That's what we need, members. Thank you. And if you're already a member, you can take one of these little pins that says, I am a member, are you? These are all here, ready for your tape. You know we have the exhibit for Aretha Franklin. Everybody come and take
Currently set up.
Yeah.
Currently set up in the museum now.
So come and get one.
Okay.
We already talked about the Santa. Thank you so much.
And again, the Breakfast with Santa at the Dr. Charles Wright Museum of African American History is Saturday, December the 22nd, and it's $10 per person. The time for the breakfast is 10 a.m. Time for the breakfast is 10 a.m. December 22nd, $10 per person. And they will have an African American Santa on hand. Okay. As you may or may not know, the display for Thomas Jefferson is going to come to the museum. And we had heard that it was coming on Black History Month, but I attended the meeting last Thursday, and where it was stated that it's coming in March, actually, not February. Wow. Now, there's there's a man that once said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And there was an interesting observation or concept after that, and that was, if the display is coming, which it is, it should not be here during Black History Month, and it won't be. But if it comes during the other times, in March is when the play is coming here. They at the Fisher Theater, it's called Hamilton, and they have some parts about Thomas Jefferson in that play. And whites would be drawn to the museum. This is just speculation. And the money that they spend to come to the museum is to help support the museum. So that was another way of looking at it. We have Deanna Wilcoxon, who is going to give a presentation. I want to know what's going on in that corner over there. Are you all talking about something I need to know about? Hey. Anyway, Deanna Wilcoxon has an issue that she wants to tell you about and get your input in, and let her know what you think.
Good evening, Hood Research. Good evening. Season's greetings. I'm thoroughly concerned, as I am sure many of you are, over the advertisements that have invaded our lives by Nestle Waters. Nestle Waters has an ongoing radio commercial and television commercials, one right after the other, with a lovely lady who says that people in Flint affectionately refer to her as Mother Jones. And I'm certain she's a wonderful lady, and she and her husband have the most benevolent intent in trying to get the word out about this water that Nestle's is providing for the residents of Flint. I'm bothered by it because in my estimation, it's very insulting. Nestle Waters has a permit from the state of Michigan to sell water that it has extracted from the state of Michigan for a permit of less than $300. It is pumping as much water as it wants to pump for less than $300 per year. And in my estimation, it is insulting for them to say that the water that they are sharing with the residents of the city of Flint is free. Nothing in our capitalistic society is free, first of all, and those of us who are thinking people know that. Secondarily, corporations are profit-driven. They are supposed to be good corporate citizens, but I don't think that this is an example of good corporate citizenship. So I've drafted this letter to go to Governor-elect Whitmer. It will actually go to her after she's sworn in as a testament of the offense that is percolating in this city and around the state of Michigan. So the letter itself is a one-pager. It has attached to it forms wherein people sign their names and indicate their addresses, so they let the governor know that we are diametrically opposed to this tactic that's being employed by Nestle. So if you all would bear with me for a moment, I'd like to read the letter to you. The letter reads, Dear Governor Whitmer, we, the below-signed residents of the state of Michigan, congratulate you on your election as our governor. Many tireless hours, days, weeks, and months were expended in our effort to see you elected. Although we are aware of the fact that you have not yet settled into the office of governor, our matter, discussed herein, is a matter of great urgency for us, and we therefore address it with you now in hopes that it will occupy a prominent place on your immediate agenda. As you campaigned in part on addressing the Flint water crisis, we are concerned and offended at Nestle Waters would launch an expensive and, in our estimation, a highly offensive campaign to seemingly thank itself for providing bottled water to the residents of Flint. In its commercials that are airing with a great deal of regularity on both TV and radio, Nestle Waters claims that it, the corporation that received a permit from the state of Michigan in opposition to extremely large numbers of residents, to extract untold gallons of water from our state for the cost of a permit, which was less than $300, is providing water to the residents of the city of Flint on a weekly basis for quote-unquote free. It touts that it has not forgotten about the city of Flint and that it has people lined up for long distances to become the recipients of this quote-unquote free water. This campaign, Madam Governor, is, in our estimation, an insult to all decent Americans who have been and remain heartbroken over the fact that 100,000 of our fellow Michiganians were exposed and many poisoned by lead leaching into their water supply at the hands of our state. We are therefore asking that you use your office and your influence to let Nestle Waters know just how incensed many of your residents are over the fact that the residents of the city of Flint and their city are far from being made whole, and that our suggestion to Nestle's Water is that it use the tens of thousands of dollars that it is expended to thank itself to instead assist the city of Flint in getting all of the affected water lines replaced, making more early childhood education programs available to the city's children who will need lifelong wraparound services in the event that it is now or later discovered that they have been poisoned by lead, and that the residents overall who live in food deserts and who lack adequate transportation services for starters. Thanking you in advance for your anticipated assistance in addressing this grave matter of insensitivity. Sincerely.
So can we sign?
Yes, you can. I have the letter here that has, on pages 2 and 3, there are lines for signature blocks. So you sign your name, indicate your address, and anyone who would like to serve as a captain for this effort, who would like to take a form that has signature lines and be responsible for getting those back to us, we intend to give the governor no less than 3,000 signatures by the end of January 2019.
Okay, I'll take them.
Yay, yay. Thank you guys so much. I so appreciate you.
Does anybody have any questions about the presentation from Deetta?
Yes, sir.
How many signatures you gotta have on there?
On each sheet.
Each sheet, how much signatures?
I think there are 35 to a packet.
Okay.
I'll take a packet.
Wonderful, wonderful. I have 2 clipboards here. One is the clipboard with the letter and the signatures, and the other is a clipboard to sign your name and a telephone number so that we will know how to collect these and how to determine how well our campaign is going. I think I have... Okay, yeah. Bill is right. He's so observant, isn't he? Aren't we absolutely thrilled over the fact that he is our elected official? Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Yes, indicate the number of packets that you're taking so that we'll be able to readily determine how our campaign is going. Okay, wonderful. Again, just let me know and we'll get these packets to you and we will get your information so that we can follow up. We're targeting the governor's office because we want Nestle to know that this is a matter of state concern and that we want it addressed from a state perspective. Yes, sir.
And it doesn't matter where you get the signature. You can go in Inkster out there too and get these signatures.
Yay! And anyone who wants to call me and have me email the letter to them, I can do that as well. So if we run out of packets and you want everything emailed to you, just let me know. I'll go home, create a PDF, and I can attach the PDF and send it to you. I'm also going to read or post this letter, depending on what assistance I get from Commissioner Davis, on Facebook. We want everyone to know that we are incensed over this.
Yes.
This water is not free. And Nestle is promoting itself. Nestle Waters, Nestle Waters, Nestle Waters. How many times do they need to say Nestle's Waters? Yes, ma'am.
She sounds like a zombie in it.
Well, if they're trying to get us used to the whole idea that we're all going to be drinking Nestle waters, that it ain't the Great Lakes, it's their lakes. That's what they're trying to get us used to, the idea of water privatization. And if we want to tell we want the governor to step in because the water should not be privatized. Because we see what they do to the water when it is state run.
Thank you, Madam Esquire. Were there any other questions? My phone number is 313-587-5683. That's my business phone. And in the event that you get the voicemail, it'll say that it's the Renaissance Observer's general mailbox. But just go ahead, leave your name and an email address. Repeat the email address twice, please, and leave a phone number. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right. I want to announce that. What?
I'm sorry, Phil, if I could just ask,
signing off.
whomever would like a packet, please raise your hand. Let me get these to you. Thank you.
Now, time out. Commercial break. Once again, announcement. Otis Mathis of African Town has joined Hood Research. Yay! The membership for Hood Research is $20 a year. Lifetime membership is $300. We want to thank Otis Mathis for being a member. Now, I want to tell you, for those of you who know, that we're having a wine tasting today.
I just created this. Instead of having lunch, I did this. I'll be your sommelier for the day.
Your sommelier for the day. For those of you who want to know what a sommelier is, that's a person who has expertise in wine tasting. Well, hoopy doopy. Yeah, okay, so this is Gene Cunningham. Oh, yeah.
Hey man, you can't take my job. You can't take my job.
Oh, man. Okay. Now.
Brother Jones taking the holiday Easter market.
Yeah.
That's going to be on the 14th.
Oh. Well, we got all kind of announcements. Brenda Jones is having a holiday at Easter Market. What's she at? What's she at?
She ain't number four.
And
She have it every year.
shed number 5.
Shed number 5. Okay.
That's going to be Friday, December 14th,
From what to what?
5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay. That's the Friday the 14th. On the 15th is the shopping trip to black businesses that Paul Taylor has shared with you. And on the 22nd is the breakfast with Santa. Okay.
Oh, and the 13th.
So, wait a minute. I have the cups and the crackers.
Local 58. Go in there and talk about Jonathan Kinlock and the
Oh, okay. Thursday at 1 p.m. What's that date? 13th? Thursday, December the 13th, Oak Street Health. Lori is having a Christmas celebration. The location and time?
Location is 11260.
11260. 11260. What street? East Jefferson. What's the name of the place? Does it have a name? Oak Street Health. That's where it is. Uh-oh. Some more food. Lord. One thing for sure, y'all get plenty of food during these holidays. Now, Jean. Yes, ma'am. You got an announcement? Where did Jean go? Oh.
In Cobra, which means National Coalition of Blacks for Reparations in America, will have its Detroit chapter meeting tomorrow at 2:30 at They Say Restaurant. 2:30. Now, see, I don't have to bring food, so I'll be on time. 2:30. Bring the money to buy food, support this black business. They Say Restaurant is located at 267 Joseph Campo in downtown Detroit. They have parking, it's free parking. So please come tomorrow at 2:30 for the In Cobra Detroit meeting. We're planning on the 400th anniversary of slavery in the British colony that became America. We're planning for that convention, 2 conventions in June of 2019. So don't make us do this by ourselves. This is going to have Detroit on the map. Be a part. Thank you. 267 Joseph Campo. They Say Restaurant.
Downtown Detroit.
Downtown Detroit. Yes, so, yes, off of, I turn off of East Jefferson. That's where I turn off of East Jefferson onto Joseph Campo.
Are they doing announcements now?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's more of a information announcement.
Oh, okay. I just want to let everybody know we have a silent auction in progress. The items are up here on the table to my right, and if you're facing me, it would be to your left. And we want you to come in. We haven't even got to the end of the thing yet. I mean, folks just throwing money at me. Isn't that wonderful?
Outbid me. Y'all know this is mine. This is mine.
Yeah, oh, you got it? Yeah. That's it. First time she saw it, that's what she said. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Announcement. Wayne Bernard, Wasway Community Block Club. Put it in a book, and they say the black man won't read it. This black man read it. The lady was sitting at the U.S. Social Forum. Her name was Patricia Myers. And the book it's called Dispute This. America is Crumbling Within. The keys to uncovering the cover-up. Now, this is what really got me was when I read this part here. Can I get to it? This is Patricia Myers. She had to be on the inside to write this book. Their lawyer, back in 1992, I'm going to read a little bit of it. Bear with me. On December 3rd, 1992, wasn't that December 3rd when they said they were getting rid of these jobs? 17 months into the appeal process with Comstock, GM sent Tom Brady. I even know it by heart. I've read it so many times. But I'm going to read it verbatim. To Kalamazoo, Comstock, GM plant to announce it would close in 1995. The closing would affect over 2,000 employees. Attorney Richard Reed led counsel in the tax matter for Comstock, considered the closing a threat, which led to Comstock and GM entering into a negotiation to resolve the tax dispute. The umbrella settlement agreement of July 21st, 1993 was structured on the basis that the plant would close in 1995, as Brady had announced. The plant did not close until late 1999. Amazingly, in 2000, the GM facility was designed as a Renaissance area by the state of Michigan. In Lansing. The facility, however, ends up doing business on the 108.15 acres of land, which have not paid taxes for the next 10 years. That is Renaissance, people. But see, people say, oh, I know this, but see, it's in a book. Why didn't these GM workers know it when I passed out this and said, vote no on this contract? And they thought COLA was a pot. COLA means cost of living allowance.
That's right, cost of living allowance.
But see, when you put it in a book, they won't read it. These people speaking code at me every day. I work for the city, and I'd be looking dumb, like, oh, he don't know, that's code, baby. You don't know. That's your problem. You don't know. I'll sit there and I'll take it all in and look at you like you a damn fool. You let these people take your cost of living. Detroit Public Schools tried it with me. Tried to give me the Teamster 214, I'm calling them out, tried to give me a job, a lifetime job. What's that? Don't fall for it, people. Don't let nobody give you no lifetime job. There's no such thing as a lifetime job. Somebody come in and say, that was a contract with that company. Get out of here. And they'll have rights. They'll put you out of here. That's what this is all about. But they signed it. We said no. They signed it. And now they're losing their job.
Wayne, let me interject something. It's the same thing with items that you purchase. They will tell you that it's lifetime, for the lifetime of whatever it is. Right. But if the company doesn't exist, the lifetime is gone.
The lifetime is gone. Mm-hmm. It's their lifetime. That's it.
That's right. Their lifetime. Go ahead.
Thank you for pointing that out. I was just touching with the GM people. How about 500 of you go to Ingham County, file a lawsuit? That's what I did, and I sued the board, and I've got mine. And I'm glad to do it again. You can sue. The attorney is called Issa Haddad. They will sue, but you got to leave Wayne County because we got to get that woman out of the office. I'm not going to say her name because she came at me with 3 years of prison and then 3 months of prison, but she couldn't make it stick because I didn't do anything. All I did was read off somebody's file number, and I'm going to keep reading them off. Read off people's file number because, see, when you start reading a file number off, it addresses the ghost employee, and then I helped Robert Bob out. The people had to come pick their check up. Didn't no people come pick their check up?
Yes, they did. Where they filed.
But the ghost employee can't pick their check up, right? That's right. So I said, I helped you out, didn't I? Thank you.
I remember.
Thank you, Wayne Bernard. I want you all to know that Lieutenant Colonel Lawrence Milburn is here. He is a Tuskegee Airman. Yay! And he and the other Tuskegee Airmen are fighting to restore the Benjamin Davis Aerospace School to its rightful place at the Coleman A. Young International Airport. Lieutenant Colonel Milburn? Huh? Yes, come on and talk to the people.
That's all Keith's fault. I sit there minding my own business. I'm happy to be here today. We all have things that we ought to be doing, and one of them, I'm going to keep hitting this, I've been hitting it for a long time, is vote. If you don't vote, you can't complain. And we do a lot of complaining, but I'm not sure we do a lot of voting. The old saying, you keep on doing what we're doing, we're going to keep on getting what we got. And we don't vote, we complain, we ain't going to get nothing but not voting and complaining.
Mr. Merville, tell them yes is not in the vocabulary.
The other thing is, I've been fighting the emergency managers for several years now on Davis Aerospace High School. We've gotten every excuse in the world for not building a new school at the airport. No money, no land, no whatever. And we've defeated all of those. We got the land. We have a building. We have an anonymous donor. We built it ourselves. And now the excuse is, we don't know what the excuse is, but we ain't moving in. We have a free school. The only thing they need to do is show up. And they haven't decided to do that yet. Free. F-R-E-E. Yeah.
For the students to come to you?
Yes.
And is the reason why, because they don't know nothing about it?
No, they know. They just haven't found a good excuse yet. They, and Keith is aware of this also, we've been trying to push them into getting the students over there, and now their excuse is, well, we don't have teachers. You got teachers at the other school that you're teaching, but you can't transfer those teachers from one building to the next. So we're fighting that fight, and we're going to be successful. They keep throwing obstacles in the way. We keep going through them, around them, under them, over them, but we always get past them. We get past this too. We have this anonymous donor that donated $1 million to retrofit a building. We did it. It's done, and now we got to get the students into it. So we're fighting that one. I'm looking for words to say how critical that the next thing I'm going to say is. We cannot afford to wait to 2020 to start voting. We've got to get out now. And in Chicago, they got this old saying, you know, vote early and often. And that's true. In some places, we do vote early and often. Especially at midnight on Belial. There's a whole lot of voting going on. But we really, truly have to get onto that. We can't wait until the last minute to start. We were successful this time, pretty much, although a lot of the people I wanted to win, like the governorships in Georgia and Florida, didn't. But we got another shot at it. And I don't want to bring a lot of politics into this, but our new president gives dumb a bad name. So my So our thing is, we gotta make sure that he doesn't spend any more time there than necessary. And, that's my, end of my political speech, I think. Keith, you can have your mic back.
No, that's
I have
okay,
a
Colonel.
question.
Colonel, you can hang on to that
Tuesday
mic.
is the school, excuse me, Tuesday is the school board meeting. Is there something that, you would, want us to do, say, at the meeting? There's a school board meeting this coming Tuesday, and I was asking if there's something that you would like for us to do or say at the school board meeting? All right, we can do that.
The mayor has come to see it, and the mayor was impressed.
Grab the mic, Colonel. Hey, Colonel, grab the mic.
Right. We have regular meetings with members of the Detroit Education Group. I'm going to put it that way because the school board per se hasn't been there. But they know, and they are looking for excuses not to be there. Our job is to eliminate those excuses. Being prior military, of course, we keep shooting at the targets until there are no targets left, or we run out of ammunition. We haven't run out of ammunition. They're going to run out of targets.
All right. You're welcome. Lieutenant Colonel Lawrence Milvin.
Okay, Colonel, I think you got a question.
Go ahead. Question.
I've met and after the school, sorry about that. Not after the school was completed, but we've invited him to the school, and we'll invite all you guys to the school. It's on the airport at the tower, where the tower is, the main administration building. It's the building right next to it. And it's got a big airplane on it from the Tuskegee Airmen, so you can't miss it. And we have a meeting every Tuesday at 1:30, every Tuesday. Now, I say that, and I'm going to be lying to you, because this year, Christmas, yeah, it's going to take precedence. And New Year's is the same thing. But every other Tuesday, we don't miss a Tuesday at 1:30. And we have it every Tuesday because people say, you having a meeting this week? Duh, it's every Tuesday. What part of every did you miss? So every Tuesday at 1:30, we're there, and we'll be more than happy to take you on a tour. We have a wall in that building that is totally unique. I'm not going to tell you